this video I'm going to show you the minor updates that you may have missed in version 15.16 of Gorebox. So first up, some of the weapons are now customizable, and I've covered that in this video right here. Next, by choosing the character customization screen, you can now equip accessories directly from in-here itself. And what's pretty cool is that you can now wear up to 5 accessories on your face at the same time. I know I'm ugly game, you don't have to drive it in so hard. Now when it comes to shoes, you can wear regular shoes, or you can even equip some boots, and you can even change their colors. I've talked about the addition of nose styles earlier, and I've also talked about the new saturated shirt colors earlier as well. Now after you destroy the Destructible Tower, you can now go to cleanup and select the repair towers option for it to be reconstructed all over again. Now what if I destroy these towers and then just place a whole bunch of Godals on top of them? What happens to them when I reconstruct a tower, I wonder? Heck, I'm gonna stand right alongside them to see what happens to me as well. Y'all ready for this? I don't think they are actually. Oh, they all just fall down, I guess. Oh, some of them are stuck in the... Ouch. Get out of here, man. Some of them are stuck right in the floor though, and they seem to be dying as of right now. Ew! Ew! Ah, C is definitely not having a good time right now. Next, we've got a few little additions on certain maps, which I'm going to go through right now. So the first change is on the legacy map, and one of my subscribers actually told me about this. So you want to go to this hangar right here, and they've added this little door with a warning sign on top of it, and you unfortunately cannot open it. This next addition I myself have found. So you want to go to GDev's hotel, into the secret basement under it, and into cell block A, and you've got this little icon in the bottom left corner of it. So it is an Easter egg, but I'm not sure if it's a reference to someone on the F2Games team or a YouTuber or something like that. Now, I've talked about the new background on the legacy map already, but we've also got a new background on the Pit Valley map as well. The next change I found is on the Sanctuary map, and if you come up this cliff right here, you'll now find that a default spawned quad bike will appear right here, just like the default spawned car on the legacy map. Woohoo! Now on the conspiracy map, we've actually got numerous changes, including the beautiful new background. And for the next change, you want to enable time speed at 1%, keep waiting, and when you see a helicopter flying by, press the slow motion button, and I've gotten nice and close to it as of right now. It just flies by across the map, and it doesn't really have a pilot flying it, so it's just a ghost helicopter, I suppose. And I assume it's going to be added into the game soon. It seems to be really well detailed from the interior as well. Now for the next change, you want to go into this tiny little cabin right here. And I somehow completely missed this earlier. So you've got an ashtray, a machine gun, and Gary Soto's mask. Now in this beta version of the game, at least this mask isn't interactable with. But in version 15.15 of the game, it actually is interactable. And once you activate it and exit the cabin, Gary Soto will immediately start shooting at you. Youch. Now during this battle, you can only spawn in weapons, none of which I can equip as of right now because of my stupid hand. I'm going to use the sniper rifle to take him out. There we go. And yeah, he's dead. You can even delete him if you want. Now we're in the Afterglow map, and I've already shown you the Easter egg that you can activate by clicking on this little fizz gun right here. And this map too has got some background changes. Next, the F2 Square map too has got a background change. And something I should have mentioned a long time ago is this wrecked vehicle right here, and by looking at it I can only assume that it will probably be a spawnable vehicle sometime in the future. The Polar 6 map now has a gate which blocks you from exiting the area, although if you turn around while standing next to it, it sort of glitches out and you can see what's happening outside. Now I assume that there's a switch somewhere around here to open this gate, but I was unable to find it. And for the next change in this map, instead of just being empty, the top of the tower now has a control room. And you can even sit here and pretend to work, just like me. I tried to get off the chair, but I died for some reason. There's even this large radio antenna on top of the tower now. Now this next change has also been around since version 15.15 at least, and it's this little canoe here in the Reminiscence map, and I can only assume that it will be added in a future update of the game. So yeah, I'm kinda looking forward to that. The next changes are in the facility map, and when you launch it, you wanna quickly enter the options menu, select the time shift and set it to 1%, then enable time shift, and quickly fly in this direction right here behind the map. And I've restarted the map and I'm going in that direction now after enabling the time shift. And if you follow this little line right here, you'll find this fighter jet at the end of it. As you can see, there's an armored Godol flying it, and his landing wheels are out for some reason. I'm assuming he's going to land somewhere on a landing strip not far away from here. And yeah, after looking at this, I can only assume that this is a vehicle that will be added into the game soon enough. But the game is going to need a much bigger map because none of the maps in the game as of right now are suitable for flying around in. The next change in this map is the background. Instead of being a little bit of light grayish, it's now blood moon reddish. And now across the exteriors of the map, you'll also see a light fog, which appears to be a bit reddish. Although it might actually be grey, I'm not really sure. And if you stand right in front of the entrance, you'll also get this ominous atmospheric ambient sound effects. Now I've already shown you guys the slight changes that have come to the sea map, but I also want to show you guys a new glitch that I found. So if you enter a car and drive it into any body of water that is deep enough in Gorebox, and then you enter third person mode, you can then exit the vehicle and swim around or even no clip and see the entirety of the underwater area in a clear and distinct view. If you were to enter the water otherwise, it would appear all blurry and bluish and dark. Now for the next change, the Shadow Mutant has an apparently updated look as of right now, and if you look very carefully, you'll notice that the new one has lost its beard, its underwear that it was wearing for some reason, and it's even got sharp claws now, unlike earlier. I didn't really notice the difference between the old and the new mutant, although my subscriber Enderdoge did notice something different with their eyes. However, the female Godol has got just slightly wider hips, I suppose. Next, the look of burnt Godols and players has been changed, and with the burnt corpses, once again I didn't really notice any difference. Next, the new hammer tool actually swings faster and will even repair items faster with a higher repair value per hit. Although I guess this piece of junk is beyond repair. What about this one though? Yeah, that got repaired in just a few hits, I suppose. Time to ride into the sunset. Next, we've got new third-person animations for holding certain weapons like the kitchen knife, machete and hammer. This is how it used to look like earlier. This is how it looks like right now. And the name for the Samosral apparently means Samo equals to automatic and Sral equals to poop. So it's a Russian name apparently. And the House of Lament is apparently a reference to an old Easter egg when you went under the legacy map and you just found that house right there. Next, the Spherical Car apparently has wheels that lower and raise when you press the lowrider buttons. So let's try that out right now, shall we? Oops, it just tipped over when I put the brakes. Okay, let's try that again. Let's slowly accelerate and yep, I've lowered my wheels and there we go, we're just rolling around now. Oops. Well, that's one way to get motion sickness. Next, some of these new vehicles seem to be from a game called Wreckfest. and I checked it out online, and yes, at least every dad's dream and Boing Boing do in fact take inspiration from the vehicles in Wreckfest. Next, someone said that they think that the roller needs to flatten cars. So I spawned in a few lowriders, reduced their size a bit. So let's see if the road roller can smash all of these. Here we go. Nope, it just drove straight over them. They didn't get smashed at all. You know, if Hulk was driving this road roller and he went all Hulk smash, yeah, he'd be like super duper disappointed, dude. Now the next thing I want to talk about is actually a new way to beat the Observer boss. Don't worry, I'm not gonna tell GDev about this. So what you want to do is come to the Legacy Tower and give this little Godol right here invulnerability mode. Then we simply activate the boss fight, and now you'll notice that instead of coming to attack you, the Observer is right there on top of the tower itself. And unless you get too close to him, he'll be busy obliterating that default spawn Godol instead of attacking you, which will leave you free to go around the map and grab all of the blueprints. Now with that being said, to make this work as effectively as possible, you'll probably want to move the default spawn Godol into an area of the map where you're less likely to run into the Observer. Or as I've shown you in this video right here, you can just lock this Godol in one of the rooms below the hotel itself, where the Observer can't get to him. Just make sure he's actually alive when you do that though, not dead like mine little fella right here. Why is no one talking about the horn of the drivable couch? Well, here I am talking about it right now. Okay, that's a cute little horn. There are some new blood decals, and what you'll notice is that the newer version has slightly more thicker and perhaps you could say more coagulated blood compared to the older version. Dead Gary Soto actually attacks you if you attack it enough times. Okay, so here's Dead Soto Gary. Let me just punch him a little bit and see what happens. Ouch! Wait, he's damaging me. How's he doing that? He's not even moving a single muscle. Ow! Dude, stop! And the Tumbled Trooper is fragile as hell, and it can be killed with a single punch. Now I'm gonna set myself to Invincible and spawn in the Tumbled Trooper. And let's see if I can kill him with just a single punch. Come here, you! Okay, not a single punch, but if he dies like this with just a few punches, then he absolutely is fragile as hell, I suppose. You can escape. Yes, after activating this Easter egg on the Afterglow map, once you arrive at this house, you'll be unable to make it to the main menu. But you will be able to escape from here by typing in /where are you. You'll then be transported to the Worst Curse boss battle, which seems to have a new background, I think. Now from here, of course, you can return to the main menu if you want. Now apparently you can get the smoker guy in the main menu of the game by long pressing the Gorebox title on the top right. It's actually on the top left, but let's try that. Let's see what happens. I'm holding on to it. And oh, there he is. So for those of you guys who don't know about him, he's an invincible ragdoll which spawns out of one of the presents in the game. Now my subscriber Ender Doge mentioned that Gabocto next spots no longer spawn in the Worst Curse fights, instead it's the sadder mutants now. Next, when you launch Gorebox after installing it for the first time and you enter certain names, you get these little Easter eggs, or at least these are the name related Easter eggs that I could find, along with some help from my subscribers. I'm sure there are more out there though. And this is what you get when you enter my name. I'm not crazy! Oh, okay, in hindsight, maybe I am a little bit, actually. Thank you very much to the F2 Games team for turning me into an Easter egg. It's an honor. Next, when you launch the game, you get an option to press spacebar to toggle safe mode and thereby disable mods and then launch a game in case any harmful mods are causing the game to crash or something like that. Next, we have this new NPC known as the Crash Dummy, and if you spawn him in, he'll just fall down on the floor, and he's much more reminiscent of a ragdoll from Gmod because he's not alive. He's just like a literal doll. Gorebox property? What happens if you just punch him? Okay, nothing seems to be happening. You can see when you shoot him that his skin turns a little bit orange, and when you light him on fire, well, it turns out he's fireproof. Very cool. Also wanted to mention that Dead Soto Gary and the Tumbled Trooper are now in the Fun and Miscellaneous NPCs tab, and the Fallen Soldier has made his way back into the Aggressive tab. Just make sure you defeat the worst curse to unlock both of these guys right here. The advanced graphics settings have now changed, and the game will tell you that the settings marked in red will actually have the greatest impact on performance. So if you're lagging and crashing a lot, try disabling some of the dark red settings. If that doesn't work, then try disabling even some of the light red settings. And if even that doesn't work, try disabling some of the white settings. And if even that doesn't work, or no, but here we can see how the House of Lament used to look at one point in the past, and then even sometime in the future. I noticed this on Jared on the Edges channel, and you can click to watch that video right here. Click here to watch all of the major changes that have come into this update of the game. And so that was it for this video. Thank you to all of my subscribers who gave their suggestions for this video. So I've been Jadif, you've been my audience. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.